make you the best leader possible. So if you're on Facebook, I'm under Dr. Stacey Yeager. If TikTok, you see my name. Thank you, Max. Thank you for joining. I am so excited to talk to you about Leadership 101. So if this is your first time joining, give a shout out, comment below, grab my book, Awaken the Leader from Within. So, what are your questions? Feel free to post below. So, the syllabus is on my YouTube page. Hey, Miss Phillips. Hey, Laceria. Hey, everybody, for joining in. Just give a shout out and say hello. I'm excited for you to be here. So, this is Leadership and Development 101. This is a 5-week course on leadership and personal development. So, think about it. You are a leader. You have to lead yourself. If you have children, you have to lead them. If you're considered someone in your family who is responsible for your parents or a loved one, you are a leader. But the biggest question is, are leaders called or are they chosen? So comment below. Do you think that leaders are called or are they chosen? Thank you guys for joining. One thing I want to say is that this class is engaging. So don't feel like you're just going to jump in class and that you're just going to sit there and not interact. No, comment, like, and share. This is live stream on my TikTok page. Okay. It's also on my YouTube page and it's on my Facebook page. So whatever goes on today, I'll make sure I upload it to YouTube because it just let me stream to one place. And so for now, go ahead and follow and subscribe to my YouTube at Leadership 101-22. So let me ask you a question. Think about it. Ever since kindergarten or when you join school, you are always working together with someone else. We're not in this world alone, okay? We are not here on this earth to just be alone, right? We have other people in our lives. So in order to know who are in our lives or how to lead them, we must get the proper training and development. So I encourage you to be the leader. Leaders are both born and called. What do you think? Comment below. Do you think that leaders are called or are they chosen? The reality is, even if you are not called to be a leader, some people just naturally rise to leadership. Thank you, Miss Phillips, both. You know, some people just rise to leadership and it's like, oh my goodness. That's similar to how I am from kindergarten, my elementary schools, all that. I can remember I was always treasurer, president, leader, or something. And back then it was like, oh, she's so bossy or she likes to tell people what to do. That is now called delegation. So that's part of rule number 1, delegate, okay? So if you have not seen my YouTube page to download it, go ahead and grab my book, Awaken the Leader from Within. It's located on Amazon. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free, right? Kindle Unlimited, it is totally free. So you don't have to worry about paying anything. There is a paper book, a paperback, a hardback also available in there. So whichever you want to do, great. It is 14 keys to accessing your power. And I wrote this book because there's so many changes in my life that I've had to go through. And although the book was on my heart year after year, writing and, you know, obtaining my doctoral degree, I said I was going to write a book or write another book or write a book. So I finally sat down and as a Christmas present to myself in 2021, I said, I am going to finish writing this book. Like, life stands for nothing. And if ever anybody remembers 2021, that's back, you know, when COVID was still present and I had a little more time on my hands because we couldn't really go out and do things to finish my book. So as you think about being a leader, and thank you for commenting below. I appreciate your comments about being a leader. and you're a naturally born leader, thank you for those comments. Because as a natural born leader, just because you naturally rise to the top, how do you manage that responsibility? Are you answering the call to the best of your ability, or are you still leading, but who's following? So I always say, how do you judge how good of a leader you are, right? It's not by how many people are following you. Okay. I'm not looking to be political or anything, but we had a recent election and a lot of people are following a leader who they believe in and who they stand for and who they stand with, right? But does that mean that they're a good leader? Okay. Sometimes we have to think about, is our leadership beneficial to us or is it beneficial to others? So, how do you measure it? Well, you have to stay tuned because these next 5 weeks, we will be talking about awakening the leader that is within you, because answering the call to lead when you're not a natural born leader is very hard. Okay, so comment below. Were you thrown into leadership? Were you tried not to be a leader and just kind of take the back stages and just happen to join in? So think about it. Sometimes you're like, okay, well, I'll be a leader temporarily until someone else can do it. I'll be a leader. I really don't want to. So this book talks to those who voluntarily wanted to be a leader and to those who didn't necessarily want to be a leader. Some leaders are chosen amongst the crowd, and others, my dog is full of playing, and others are thrown into leadership. Okay. And so you have to also, if you're not a leader right now, this is the time to think about, what do you want to do? You're not a leader. You don't consider yourself a leader. You're a follower. You're fine with being a follower. And there is something called followership. Have you ever heard of followership? Well, I wrote my dissertation relating to followership, because on the other side of leadership, there's ways how you can be a good follower to those who are leading. So as we go through this course, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what the course entails. So this is a 5-week course of leadership and personal development so that you can be the best leader you can be. So if you're not already over on my YouTube page, it's at Leadership 101-22 on YouTube. Okay. Facebook, I'm out there on Facebook as well. But this course is specifically designed to help leadership practices and principles through the works and teachings of prominent authors, thinkers, and leaders. Okay. So thank you for joining in. I see you coming in. Thank you. Thank you. Feel free to like and subscribe, send some love, send some hearts, whatever you want to do out there. This is my first live over here on TikTok, while on Facebook. So I'm trying to watch both areas, and so it really takes resilience to be a good leader. So we will talk about being self-aware, emotionally intelligent, resilient, and communication. Again, just because you're called to be a leader or you think you want to be a leader, you have to be able to communicate. Also, we'll talk about, how do you apply these principles? You have homework every single week. So yes, this week you'll have homework. Next week you'll have homework to do. So this is really good. So as you are reading, the first book is Awaken the Leader from Within on Amazon for you to go out and grab. If you have Kindle, it's totally free. Okay. If you don't, you could order paperback or hardback at your leisure. But you will be able to engage with each other right here on this platform. You can share your thoughts back and forth along with my YouTube page. So this will be posted on YouTube. Make comments, interact with each other. Let's try to do the best we can do. So when you think about being a leader, and this is a comment area, take a time to comment below. When you think of a leader, what are the characteristics of a leader? What do you look for in a leader? Who do you currently lead? Did you call yourself, or what was other people called? Lots of questions. But for right now, just comment below. If you are a leader And Caitlin, hey, Caitlin, thanks for saying hi. I want you to take a moment to say, who are you leading? And do you feel that leaders are called or are they chosen? So comment below. I'm a person who was called to leadership. I was like a leader who was born a leader. I love leadership. I almost every position I've held throughout my education from kindergarten all the way to college and beyond. I've always been a leader, but is that you? That you may have a different story. You may have been someone who didn't want to be a leader, but was called to be a leader or made to be a leader. So comment below and share what your thoughts are about being a leader. Are you comfortable with being a leader? How do you feel? Give me some feedback. So I've been talking a lot. I want to give you time. And so Kimberly said, not sure if you're a leader. Okay. And that's understandable. You may not be sure if you're a leader. You may not know if you fit the qualifications or what does it take to be a leader. So in this 5-week course, so give me 5 weeks, tune in every Tuesday at 6:00 p.m. Sometimes it may be 5 if I have a meeting because I'm a leader, so I lead a lot of stuff. But in general, 6:00 p.m. on Tuesdays, I should be available or to record and play back. But we are going to talk about leadership and personal development. If you not have already not gotten my book, Awaken the Leader from Within, Amazon, it's under my name. So just go out there and Google me, Stacy D. Yeager, and it will definitely come up. Okay. So as we think about leadership, I see that a lot of people have commented that you are called to be a leader. You're not sure if you're going to be a leader. You don't know. Well, my goal is to be able to ensure that you are being the best leader you can be. Okay. And in this course for 5 weeks, it don't take all day. Okay. There will be a 2-part course. I've already told some people, and they are like, oh my goodness, or is this going to be 6 weeks and it's over? No. 5 weeks and it's over. No. I love teaching accelerated courses. Most of the classes I teach are only 8 weeks, and I know TikTok University or Hillman TikTok or whatever you want to call it, they already started the spring semester. But the beauty of it is when you go to most professional schools, they have shorter, condensed, accelerated classes. So you will be having a lot of readings, okay? So I'm going to tell you a couple of other books that you will be reading throughout these 5 weeks. One of them is the autobiography of Malcolm X. We will be taking excerpts from Malcolm X and reviewing it. The next one, The Purpose of Power. The Purpose of Power by Alicia Garza. And this is found in the syllabus over on my YouTube page. Don't feel like you have to write all this stuff down. This recording will be on playback as well so that you can go to my YouTube page and grab it. The next one is I Am Not Your Negro. That is a great read. In my African American Studies class, that was one of the books that we did learn and read about. Another book is The New Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander, The New Jim Crow. And then the last one is Between the Word and Me by Tanisha Coates. And these are all good books that is on the syllabus along with your activities. Okay. So let's dive into week 1 because on TikTok, although I can talk all day, the longer extended versions will be on my YouTube. That's where we will really dig in, talk about questions and other things. This week, your assignment is Introduction to Leadership and Development. It's the foundations of what leadership growth is and how we can build a vision, right? Because it's all about creating and building a vision. You're a leader who's an automatic leader, who was born to lead. You're a leader who was called. But how do we grow in being a leader? How do we get our vision out of our mind to others? Okay. So I'm going to tell you a story. So I was the director of a program that was not very successful. And because I'm a leader, guess what? When I go in, and whether I'm good or whatever, if there's already some problems before I jump in, my job is to troubleshoot. As a natural born leader, I've gone through many situations. And one thing that was wrong with the department that I got hired into was efficiency. Overtime was 200% over the max. We were over budget. The work was not getting done. And so when you step into a position that's not ideal, you're basically cleaning up what was before. But how can you know where to start, how to clean up, what to do? And do you know how to lead yourself? That's another good question as well. So comment below. Do you feel like leaders that have to be able to effectively lead themselves in order to lead others? Do you have to feel like leaders have to effectively know how to balance themselves, how to lead themselves, or is it a learning process? So that's something to think about. So when you're reading this week, you have 2 reading assignments every week. For the next 5 weeks, you have 2 reading assignments. Why? Because this is an accelerated class, right? So as you go through the accelerated class, grab Awaken the Leader from Within, free with Amazon Kindle, or pay for it. Either way, download it, get some knowledge. And it is an interactive book. So my book, the reason why I designed it, and it has 14 pages, it allows you to stop and reflect after each chapter, to have reflections and think about it and be able to fully comprehend. And because it's 14 steps in here, but it's only 5 weeks, we will cover chapters 1 through 5, okay? In the first session. For the summer session, we will be covering 6 through 10, because summer sessions are a little bit shorter. So 4 weeks in the summer. Then in the fall 1, the first half, we'll finish it off with 10 through 14 for the first half of the fall. And if you were with me, we'll just start over again for fall 2. I love the idea of 5-week classes because it allows for you to get what you need. Okay, but you are setting the foundation tonight by being on and commenting. Go ahead and comment below. Facebook comment, TikTok comment, Hillman University. You're learning about leadership and personal development. And so as we think about it, think about your journey to being a leader. So say you do not feel you're a leader, but you have children, right? Just like if you have children, then you're an automatic teacher. You're an automatic leader. And I would even say, because I do have children, one of them just turned 21. One of my favorite sayings is parent yourself. You have to know how to parent yourself when mommy's not around, okay? So what does parenting yourself mean? What does adulting mean? That means you have to step up to the plate and realize no one is going to save you. No one is going to just swoop in and take away all your problems. As an adult, we have to learn how to problem solve and learn how to figure things out. Yes, there's mentors around. Yes, there's teachers. Yes, there's professors. Yes, yes, yes. There's therapists. There's mental health specialists. There's so many people out here that can help you along the way. But as you are adulting and being a leader, you have to find the right person for you. You can't take advice from everyone. I'm also a Mary Kay representative, and Gloria Mayfield Banks was one of the #1 national sales directors, and I was in her team. And something she would always say is, never take advice from someone you wouldn't want to trade places with. And I'll say that again. Never take advice from someone you would not want to trade places with. So if you're looking and seeking for advice in this world called adulting, leadership, personal development, your first task is to seek out a mentor. Seek out a mentor who is where you want to be. If you want to be a director, a dean, a manager, a better mother, a better husband, a better wife, whatever, look for someone who you admire. Okay. And they may not be 100% perfect, but they can give you some advice. Some advice is great that you could apply to yourself. Other advice is like, let me throw that advice away because it does not apply. So you have to have that discernment. But this is only week one. So, week one of your assignments, find a mentor, find someone who you admire for your leadership and your personal development. Think about your self journey from possibly struggling to empowerment. As I talked about, I was put over a group of people who were over budget, overworking, not efficient. My job was to go in, help them be efficient, help decrease under overtime, help them become more self-aware, to lead themselves and empower the leaders of these people to go in to not just lead from the top, because leadership from the top is not always the goal. You can lead from the top, but it gets lonely at the top. You should be looking for people who can lead with you, who can guide with you, who can direct with you, who enjoys the leadership aspect of it, right? And so I encourage you, grab the book, Awaken the Leader from Within, as soon as possible. Grab the autobiography of Malcolm X. There's a lot of perceptions about who Malcolm X is and who he was and his thoughts and ideology and how he changed. I always say movies don't do justice to the book. I don't know if you love reading books or not, but the books, when you sit and read the book of an autobiography of someone, it's really empowering. So in my book, Awaken the Leader from Within, it not only talks about how to be a leader, but it's a path to self-discovery. It's a path to go from struggling to empowerment. It allows you to reflect on your leadership journey, whether you were called to be a leader or if you were told you are the leader, okay? It will help you identify your personal values. So, what ethical values should you have as a leader? What responsibilities do you have as a leader? In my leadership capacity, I lead over 300 people, okay? Currently, plus in my volunteer organizations, I lead over 30 people. And I have my own nonprofit too, which I lead people. So everywhere I go, I'm leading people. And sometimes, people ask, don't you get tired of leading? Well, if you were born to lead, it's not something that should cause you stress or to wear you down. And it doesn't wear me out. It actually fuels me because it gives me purpose. Like, this is another good question. What do you feel your purpose is in life? What are you here to do? We're not here to just be born, work a job, and die. Hello. Do I need to remind somebody? You were not put on this earth to just be born, in your dash moment and die without leaving some kind of impact. Now, what kind of impact is it? It doesn't have to be a grand impact to where the whole world knows your name. Little intentional, impactful things in your life, in others' life, in the community. No one even has to know your name. You could serve, you could collect scarves, gloves, hats, serve on the soup kitchen line, give donations anonymously. That is your impact. Nobody has to know about it, and so I often was talking, not often, but I have people at the end of life that I come in contact with, and I was telling my family, I don't want to be known as strong, hardworking, overworked. was there in the beginning of the morning, was there when we left. Oh, no. No, I am soft. I am delicate. I am needing of love. I'm needing of respect and appreciation. I want to be told that she loved what she did. She appreciated people. She called and was considerate towards people. She was giving. She was passionate. She loved giving to others. I don't want to just be seen as, oh, whatever. No, no. I want to be seen as powerful. And my name may not be known across the world, but I do want to leave a legacy of leaders and leadership. So that's why when I saw the trend of Hillman Talk and TikTok University and all that, I said, you know what? I have my doctoral degree. I have that in leadership, organizational development. My background is information systems and technology, management information systems, data analysis, all this fun stuff. But what is something that I want to put my pen in as knowledgeable? So I looked down the list and I saw all the Hillman TikTok opportunities. And I said, I think I want to talk about leadership and personal development because this is the greatest need within our community is to unify and be leaders. So if you are taking time to watch this video or this live stream, just know that it's important for you to become the best you can be and give it away. Give it away. Give away your knowledge. Give away your experience. Give it away. And why do we give it away? I'll tell you this. So in my sorority, I am the president of the local chapter. And one thing I do is have co-leaders for almost every position because I told them in the next 2 years, because I just got elected this past year, so it'll be my first year, second year. And I said, I may want to run again to another 2 years, but 4 years. But shame on me if the next 2 years we've not already identified the next president and leader. Shame on me if I have not built up everyone in the chapter to be able to be a leader if they desire. Shame on me. Why would I, who is a natural born leader and can lead everywhere I go, why would I need to keep it to myself and keep being the leader? No, the importance of leading and passing it on is so that you can leave a legacy. I don't believe in lifetime leaders in one position. No, our job is to give the leader away. So how can you know about succession planning and leading? By the time these 5 weeks is over, every Tuesday, 6:00 p.m., right here, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, we're here now. Awaken the leader from within. I'm going to awaken that leader. That's my goal. My goal is to identify 50 to 100 people who are signing up, who are watching these lives, who are subscribing to my channel. I need 50 to 100 people to subscribe and come to my training every week because we need leaders in our community. We need people to step up, to open their mouth and say, I can help lead the community, right? One thing that this current presidential thought and process has been is give the states, give the people back their power and let them take on that power and do something with it themselves. So in these next 4 years, you may be forced to become the leader that you're avoiding. So let's be proactive. I want to be proactive in helping you already have a leadership mindset by personal developing you, by helping you develop a leadership mindset so that no matter what happens, you can do and lead your family, your community for a better outcome. I tell you one thing that's been on my mind too, as we talk about leadership, personal development 101, is growing my own food. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a greenhouse. I'm gonna make a greenhouse this year. Every year I have a little garden. I'm like, what if I had a garden, an all year round garden where I grew food all year round for my family? Wouldn't that be great? That's just a small portion of it. So as I've been watching farming videos, I've seen how communities with less than 1 acre of land have been able to feed the full community all year round through teamwork. Okay. So, what if we decide to do that in all of our communities or our backyards or our apartments? There's so many things that I'm learning through watching farming videos, from an apartment to a small building to acres of land, of how you can grow your own food. So that's something that I'm plugged into now, and that'll probably get added to my YouTube channel. It's so many of these fun things. So again, leadership, personal development. I'm going to keep talking over on my YouTube channel. That's leadership. And I think I put the at sign at leadership 101-22. I'm going to keep talking, but I'm going to change my Facebook Live page over to my YouTube page, because again, I didn't realize that you only could do one at a time. So come on over to my YouTube page so you can see the live over there. Continued. I don't want to miss this conversation that we are having, because it is such a great conversation. And remember, it's being recorded. So these lives will be saved on TikTok as well as YouTube, so that we can be able to do it in both places. Okay. And when I want to